Okay, so today I'm going to talk about why high school should start later in the day. Today I would like to persuade my audience why high school should start later in the day. Some high schools in America start as early as 7 a.m. when studies have actually shown that going to school so early can be detrimental to children because of sleep deprivation and other health reasons. Schools all over do start before 8 a.m. Students can't perform at peak performance when they're not fully awake and active to be learning in the classroom. Later start times do improve learning, and the later the start, the better. And that's from Fischetti of 2014. With most of my audience being high school graduates or having to go through high school, most can relate to having to wake up so early for school. As being a high school graduate myself and knowing firsthand what it's like to wake up and go to school so early, along with not being a morning person myself, I can relate to the health effects it brings, like sleep deprivation, which leads to many other problems, health related. So today I would like to persuade my audience as to why high school should start later by using facts and research to back up my thesis statement. The first problem is sleep deprivation. Teens are among most likely to get the proper sleep amount, which is 9.5 hours when most are getting about 7 or less hours of sleep. People describe sleep as a luxury that active people can't attain, but it's essential to healthy living. Poor sleep schedules are due to after-school activities, hectic schedules, jobs, homework, etc. The consequences of sleep deprivation are unable to maximize the learning opportunities due to lack of being able to pay attention, solve problems, and cope with stress. Risks of drowsy driving to school occur when you're not fully awake and your reaction time is decreased. Emotional and behavioral problems such as irritability, depression, and poor impulse control, and that's from Backgrounder 2017. Also, high blood pressure, diabetes, and irregular heartbeat can be caused from sleep deprivation. And that's from 10 Things to Learn About Sleep Loss. The benefits of school starting later are school starting at later hours has actually showed significant improvement in school performance. A study that included 9,000 high school students showed that test scores also improved with later start times, and that's from 5 Pros and Cons of Later Sleep, 2017. Decrease in daytime sleepiness, less depressed and more motivated, which sleep deprivation is a huge problem among high school students starting school later, even by adjusting hours, so could potentially make a huge difference because even just an hour and a half can really change a sleep schedule for a busy high school student. I hope after this speech I could inform my audience on the horrible effects of sleep deprivation from high school starting so early. I also hope I could persuade my audience as to why high school should start later because it's really affecting America. People don't realize how many issues sleep deprivation can lead to in adolescence. Just by starting school later can make a huge difference in the health of young America. I think it's important to raise awareness about this issue so we can make a difference about it. And here's a little video.
It's Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. It's the perfect time to find your perfect mattress. Save up to $1,000.
It is time now for Morning Rounds. Joining us are CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook and CBS News contributor Dr. Holly Phillips. First up this week, adolescence and sleep. The country's largest group of pediatricians says many of our kids need to start school later in the morning. John?
Vanita, this new report by the American Academy of Pediatrics points out that middle and high school students who don't get enough sleep can suffer physical and mental problems. Their studies can suffer too.
The new school year in Warrington, Virginia means an early start time for 16-year-old Kaya Olson. Classes here begin at 7:30 a.m.
We all showed up to school on the first day and all complained about how tired we were as soon as we walked in the door.
Only 13% of high school students get the optimal amount of sleep. That's 8.5 to 9.5 hours. The American Academy of Pediatrics believes this contributes to obesity, high blood pressure, and depression. Dr. Judith Owens is the lead author of the policy statement.
Getting less sleep is associated with poorer grades, with lower performance on standardized tests. So across the board, we see a whole host of very negative consequences.
The advisory panel suggests middle and high schools start their day no earlier than 8:30 a.m. It's estimated only 15% of high schools start at 8:30 a.m. or later. 40% start earlier than 8 a.m. We asked Kaya to keep a video diary documenting her struggles to get to sleep and wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and I just
So that's kind of an idea on how sleep deprivation and how common it is and how it is a really big problem in America and how people are aware of it, but nothing is really changing. And that's my speech.